Zero time dilemma.
Zero time dilemma.
You're awful.
Where
do we go now?
Team last time.
Did we? So now we
did.
got
I
D
remember. We were doing CQD, like that order.
Oh, so now it's QT.
I would say so. Yeah.
QTE.
I
Got a
like
little
it.
something on the back of his head in that one.
Where?
Or all of them, I guess. I never
He's
realized
rusty.
that.
Oh yeah, he's a little rusty. It'll become important later, maybe.
Maybe.
Oh,
When they crack his head open like a walnut and find out it's
Junpei.
yeah, it's Junpei in there.
Radical 6.
And then Akane is like, no wonder my boyfriend looks so zombie-like. It's not really him.
It won't even budge.
The hell is that?
A kid. Oh.
It's a pig, calm
Formaldehyde
down.
solution with
A pig.
It's okay, Mira. I'm right here with you.
Thank you.
We're in the biolab, right?
So there's a bunch of biological research here.
Jeez, this place is really creepy. Why is something like this in a bomb shelter?
Maybe the builders thought to be prepared for some kind of pandemic.
Pandemic?
I don't get
An
it.
infectious disease that hits on a global scale. It's like a sudden deadly virus
What's one
outbreak.
of those? I've never heard of it.
Maybe
Can
this
you
place
elaborate
is an
further?
isolated location for
This is a
researching
prequel.
all kinds of viruses like that.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe Zero put it here in order to do something to us.
Like what?
Rip your heart.
Like maybe taking the ingredients and cooking all of us a nice meal.
Ugh.
Oh no! A nice
Too
meal.
early for dinner?
It's been 4.5 hours since we fell asleep in the lounge.
I'm Jewish, I can't eat
4.5
pork.
hours. We knocked us out for quite a while.
No, not
Truly a
necessarily.
dilemma.
We could have woken up a bunch of times during all that, but if Zero erased our memories,
Of course. We wouldn't remember.
No.
What's this?
slash the pig's stomach.
Whoa, for real?
There's
Would
bacon
that mean
inside.
that we...
Probably.
She's probably gonna
Why?
do it. She's like,
Why
this
do we
is
have to do
easy.
something like that?
She's
I've
like,
had practice.
I have no idea.
An activity
but it's
I
not like
enjoy.
We really have a choice, do we?
There's no way to leave.
So this is a pig's
We're
heart.
just gonna have to do what he said.
Do you love me, pig?
Seek a way out. Oh no, I'm in control again. Oh jeez.
You
Thank
must slash the
goodness.
pig's stomach.
I don't feel so good.
Oh!
Let's take a look at Piggy. I still think this pig is the one, but the big question is, how do we get it out?
Yeah, this is it. Time to prove I'm a man. Yeah! Ow, my hand. Wait, not even a crack?
Use your head!
But I don't want to use my hand!
What the hell are you?
If you use the kid's head, he's protected. You
Yeah.
know? Just like, alright, 1, 2, 3, and then they chuck him at it. I think this is an analyzer, but it doesn't look like the power's on.
I don't think a power cord's even connected.
Then I doubt we can turn it on as it is now.
Dang. Logic and reason.
You can turn me on as I am now.
Oh, you
don't
have such a big heart.
Oh.
There's nothing on this monitor.
Hey, do you think we could use this computer to do research?
I don't think so. Let's keep looking. I need to get that pig's heart.
Okay.
She's craving it. I'll take the bacon.
Some suspicious liquid. It won't explode if we mix it, will it?
Oh, like a mad scientist do, right? Yeah.
Well, that's an old-fashioned reference.
How do I know
Nerd.
this? I'm so effed up.
A green liquid. I know there's a drink called Aojiru in Japan that's not related to this because this game isn't Japanese.
Exactly.
It's green like this.
Why would you bring that up, you weeaboo? Jeez. Achoo got its name from the old way of calling vegetables green plant. It tastes super bad.
How do you know stuff like that? Just who are you, weeaboo?
I'm so effed up. Everyone
Yeah,
knows
you're the weeb.
the green will heal magic and the red will heal hearts. It's
Oh.
pink liquid. It's so bright.
It's a popular color in nail salons.
Specifically those in Japan.
There's a Japanese word for it that I just know for some reason.
This is a clean bench. It's for preventing contamination of samples while working.
What kind of contamination?
Substances like microorganisms, bacteria, things that shouldn't get mixed in samples.
I see. You really know your stuff, weeaboo.
Maybe it's just a giant brain under all that.
Oh.
Under
Yo,
all that
microwave?
pig?
I don't think there's any point to putting that in there. Oh, what if I just want to investigate? I forgot the controls.
It's somewhere.
It says Y for item.
But there was like a quick swap thing.
Oh, yeah, that's true. What is this thing?
It's a UV irradiator. It's used mostly for drying and strengthening adhesive materials.
So, not for toasting your skin to a beautiful tan, then.
No,
I was going to climb inside.
stop. What's wrong with you? It's not a tanning bed.
I don't remember if it works now, but press X for the menu or whatever. Do status.
Hey, everyone's replaced. Except for
Yeah,
Q and M.
I wasn't sure if we would see the statuses like no matter what, but I guess we kind of got it.
Right.
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
I
we
kind of
don't
is a
know.
little kitty.
Aw.
Okay.
The last Metroid. It's a specimen of some kind of plant.
Maybe it's an experimental plant that can live in a polluted world.
Sounds like the setup from Man-Eating Flower from a B movie to me.
I don't get it.
You know the
You
flower
like
from the
jazz?
B movie?
Oh, the B movie. Now I get it.
Sorry, the B movie. This is a seahorse specimen.
What is a seahorse anyway? Kind of shrimp or starfish or snake?
They're a type of fish. It's hard to tell, but they do have gills and a saddle if you look real close.
There it is. Candidate Old Man Jenkins.
Yeah!
This is a butterfly specimen. Hey, that's weird. I can't move it.
It looks like this is the only one locked in place.
What could that mean?
Wait, is that a penguin?
Yeah.
There's a penguin in here. That penguin's tiny.
My favorite kind of meat. It's so sad they're in that specimen jar. It should be out here and on my plate.
Really? It's dead, so it doesn't really matter.
He had a heart. You gotta understand.
He used to have one, and I didn't get to
And
see
now it's dead, and I don't understand. I don't think it opens.
Looks like it's the grown-ups' turn now. Oh, it won't open.
Pathetic.
Maybe it's broken? Well, let's keep looking around.
I want to stab my hand in the Simon Says. 4 buttons each a different color. This might be
You think if we got the combination right, this thing would open?
I think so too. Let's try it.
Oh. Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Oh my goodness. Oh, wait, what? Oh. Oh.
Hmm.
Did
Definitely
it.
seems like Simon does.
There's too many permutations.
Oh.
It's locked and no keyhole that I can see. Does this even open?
What about those buttons there?
They're broken! May as well try them.
Okay, I'm gonna try them again.
I'm just gonna keep pushing red until something happens.
Beep, 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 beep.
Dang it! Why the heck is Zero trapping us in here?
Pounding on it is not going to help it open. Stop wasting time.
We only have so much time and energy. Let's follow Zero's instructions for now. He said kill all the others, right?
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah, you did.
Yes, I did. Very
Do you- Where do you put your head at night? Do you put it on the head of the pig or the butt of the pig?
I flipped the pillow around.
I think this is
cow
the
on the other
cool
side.
side. Where do you put your head?
Really? I think that side is hot.
Oh.
Hey, there's a dotted line on this pillow. Maybe we're supposed to slash this pig?
Be a lot easier if it is.
No harm in cutting.
Yeah, but it's not the same. You go
Can we
ahead,
get on the
kid.
real pig too?
I mean, do we have to?
Just to be safe, let's check.
This looks like a researcher's note.
They must have been doing research on cells.
I know, it's telling us to look at the cells in the microscope.
Hold on! Careful examination of the green and pink liquids reveals two different cell structures. Separating the liquids results in different colors. One thing is clear after inspecting the separated liquids under the microscope. The cell structure is unique for each color. That was important.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, I want to see too. Hey!
You just shut it. This is what kids are. Awesome. Give me a second. I can't see anything.
I don't want to burn any bridges with this fine lady.
How exactly are you going to see anything without the lens, Eric?
Eric! Eric! The hush, puppy Dirk. Why is only this one piece of the model red?
It fell out and I barely touched it, I swear. Did I break it?
Maybe we can use it for something. Let's take it.
Will you marry me?
Eric!
Huh? This piece has a weird hole in it.
You're right. It's a heptagon. Can we use it for something?
Let's not make words up, kiddo.
Hepatitis C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sides.
That's heptic.
Just like a stop sign.
Yeah.
Everyone knows it's called a septagon, you fool. Slash the pig's stomach, huh?
What could that mean in a place like this? What could it mean?
That means it's literal.
Come on, slash the pig. This piece from the model, doesn't it have a hole at the same shape as the screws? Oh crap.
I think we can unscrew with this.
We could make it get a clown nose. We did it.
That's right.
Yes! The cover's up.
And so am I. What's all these lines on the back side of the cover?
Maybe that's just the pattern it has, or someone drew on it.
I feel like there's some meaning to them.
Nope.
I don't get it.
So we got the cover off, but what exactly is this?
Any ideas?
I might have seen it before, or not. Maybe I would have known before I lost my memories. Zero.
Eric.
Eric? Are you Zero?
I'll be Zero if you want me to be, babe. Let's see, set the dial to A to mix the liquid.
Set the dial to B to separate the liquid. This must be the manual for the center of
The center of this device is used to mix and separate liquids. Place 2 test tubes with liquid into the machine. The centrifuge will mix them and output the mixture into 1 beaker. Place 1 beaker with liquid into the machine. This will separate the liquid into 2 test tubes.
Nice.
Thank you.
The centrifuge.
The centrifuge.
Let's put Eric in
Guilty
it.
as charged. There sure are a lot of tools. I wonder what they're for.
I don't think anything here is useful. Eric.
Let's leave them then, Eric. Who knows what would happen if we moved them?
Careful. This is fragile cargo. There's a sink. Oh, and some caster wheels at the bottom. Maybe we can move it.
We can try.
It's not moving an inch. Doodle dip. I think it's locked in place.
Q.
It's like those toys where it's a fake kitchen.
She's just going back and forth between Eric and Q. Eric? Q? Eric?
There's a sink on this thing.
I thought for a second she was like looking at the knife. And it's like, there's a sink on my knife.
Look at it.
Eric, you got a sink on my knife. Hey, look, I found this in there.
The knife looks pretty sharp. Maybe we could use it to cut open the pig's stomach.
After you, kiddo.
Or I could just solve one of our problems.
See what's under that helmet. Hey, don't point that thing at me. I've got, that thing. Ballonophobia.
Baloney.
Eric, you know saying big words doesn't make you look smarter, don't you?
Dumbass. No, Mira, Eric's shrinking into himself.
Help! Help me! I'm draining myself down the sink. No!
This is what you wanted, babe, right? Ah!
He escaped the game.
Only 8 contestants remain. Alright, I'm gonna do it. Ready? Just like my pants.
Pull your zipper up, Eric.
Looks like there's a bunch of things inside, Eric. Let's take all of them.
There's cotton.
Why is there so much stuff in your pants?
So it's all fluff, huh?
Uh-huh. Fnatic Bio R. The incubation period for this virus is extremely short. Kind of like something else, am I right, Eric? Mortality rate is 100%. Symptoms include blood erupting from the body, and then death.
Cool.
Great.
I'm gonna
Oh,
keep
the
it.
lens. It's a microscope lens. We can use the microscope if we attach it.
But why was it inside the pig pillow?
No clue. Maybe because pigs eat anything, Eric.
Eric.
What are you accusing me of?
It's a power cord.
When it came out of the pillow, it looked like intestines. So disgusting.
I wonder what this cord's for.
She wasn't disgusted by it.
Yeah, she was just like, where's the heart?
Does this lead to the heart? Can I plug it into the heart?
The heart, Harry. Sorry.
What?
That's a dated reference.
Oh.
What's this paper? Spider-Man. I mean, Fantastic BioR. Never heard of it.
Dots. I've heard of it. Dots.
It's not Spider-Man.
You're Spider-Man. Oh, it's up. And you can toggle through them.
You need to cut open the computer.
Let's go to the computer room. Oh. I think we could use this now. Let's look at something in the microscope. Like Eric's... Anyway.
Let's look at some Erics in the microscope.
Not even this microscope can find it. Ah!
Oh!
Look at it. Isn't it great?
Yeah.
Wow, it's very green.
It's too fuzzy to see. But what if I were to replace the green liquid with my red liquid? Delightfully devilish Q.
It's the same.
Oh. I guess I didn't actually use it.
I think you gotta adjust it or something.
I can't. I lost my clown nose.
Oh.
The beaker's in place. Let's start the separating process. Way! Looks like they're clearly separated.
Can anybody hear a guy screaming just now?
Oh. It's a health potion. It's a red liquid.
It looks kind of like blood. I'm not so sure about this.
I'm sure about this. Yeah!
White!
It's a white liquid.
Do you really grow taller when you drink a lot of milk?
Yeah, milk.
What? I don't get it.
Let's make sure no one tries to drink this accidentally, okay?
Bottoms up!
Pours it on the hand. Hey, look, Evangelion.
He is a weeaboo.
You ruined the puzzle? You're so fucked up.
It's true.
Looks like they cleanly separated. We got a blue.
And a shoe.
It's a blue liquid.
I thought blue blood ran through veins when I was little. I was wrong and stupid.
I now know it's red from school.
For reasons.
Yellow.
It's a yellow liquid. Lemonade?
Pee.
Are you serious?
It's pee, Gromit.
Both of you!
Gromit.
We got a power cord for yous.
Plug it in. I was so surprised they started choking. The power
Nice.
turned on.
But we can't use it yet. It looks like it's on standby mode right now.
The cover over there opened up. What could that be?
The bee.
Sorry, the bee.
There's a thin hole on the side here.
Maybe it'll turn on if we stick something in.
Nah, it's
Go
too big
ahead,
for you,
Eric.
Eric. It's too big, Eric.
Finally.
I could help. Oh no.
Something thin and long.
Wait a minute. Thin.
Sorry, Eric.
Oh.
You only got
How about-
one of those.
Oh, I got a knife. Can we plug the knife in?
Yes.
I think the knife will fit in this hole. Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, it fits perfectly.
Yes! The analyzer's on. I can't believe using a knife for the lever actually worked.
Science is so amazing. Me neither. And if we take the knife out, we can still use it. Oops.
Oops, oops.
The blade broke off inside, and now it's useless as a knife.
Big Goron lied to me.
Idiot! Look what you did! Doodle dip! How are we gonna cut open the pig now?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to pull so hard.
Wait, what? You're a kid. Ah, Doodle dip! It's all over! Zero's gonna kill us all now!
What's done is done. The analyzer's still on, at least. We'll find another way.
How do you like, oh, I'm gonna take the knife out. Let me just yank it straight up. He really is.
child.
Yeah, that's fair.
This thing will analyze liquids, right?
Yep, it'll show results if you put 3 dishes of liquid in.
So let's do that and see what happens.
Dish is a bad joke.
You're telling me. Let's put this liquid in first.
This will be the second one.
And this liquid will be the last one. Okay, let's start the process. Oh, I guess that was the wrong set. Was there a hint around here somewhere?
The
P.
answer.
Everything
is
that's part
America.
of humans.
Why? My gut's saying it's right.
Don't you think we shouldn't do this blindly?
That's a double negative. I'm confused.
Maybe we have the hint for this already.
Alright, we'll do America.
Do America.
Heck yeah.
Yeah! It's like those
Darn
rocket
it.
popsicles. Mmm.
Alright.
We have the hint.
Yeah. Right somewhere.
Yep.
That's it.
Or
I
not.
I don't know.
Oh. Try this out. Oh. What else do we have?
Just the clipboard thing.
Oh, I think this thing will fit in here.
The centrif cover, huh? Well, let's try it out at least. You just nuke it at 200 degrees.
Letters appeared on the cover.
Ah!
Ouch! Ouch! Ouch!
Word showed up after it was hit by UV radiation.
What are these circle things? Are they dishes?
Bad joke. Orange, blue, white, and dishes. It just told us, so we gotta do orange. Blue, I guess. White? Okay.
This is embarrassing.
What? So I have to do it on the thing? Why can't I just mix them like a man?
'Cause you're the boy.
Oh,
Child.
jeez.
Let's put this test tube in.
There's a spot for one more.
Now the second tube. Let's mix them.
Mixing.
Yeah, it looks like it's fully mixed. Did it mix orange?
Look at that. Could you do that? No.
Oh. What was it? Was it blue and then white?
Yeah.
We got them all. What was the order? You gotta remember.
Orange, blue, white.
Okay.
Orange, blue, woo.
Orange, blue, woo. Blue, white.
I knew that.
Okay, okay.
Ah!
A baby!
Yay, we did it!
No matter how bad the situation is, solving a problem always cheers you up.
There's something in there.
We gotta cut it open.
A new 10th member has been added. A specimen cylinder. It looks like there's a human fetus inside.
Fetus. A fetus.
What's wrong? Why are you turning your head away like that?
I don't want to burn bridges.
This kid's even younger than Q.
Look, that's what we all look like when we're babies.
It's
Exactly like this.
back in time.
I wanna die.
Oh, I
is a
wish my
human
parents did my
fetus.
texture mapping better.
Don't say that.
Sorry.
I think it died before birth, so it's fine. Pro-life or whatever.
Oh, yeah, like the penguin. Alright, we can eat it, I guess.
I don't know about... Okay.
I
Does it have
always think
eggs?
I always think too much about eating penguins. And then I get all sad.
Aww.
Are you crying?
I really want that penguin.
What does it mean to cry?
You live in the middle of the meta, and there's no penguins around to eat.
Gross. There's specimens everywhere. What are they doing with all these?
Maybe just freak someone like you out.
If only Zero was a fun prankster instead of killing us.
Oh, he might be.
Yay, a perfect fit.
But nothing's happening.
Maybe the positions are wrong.
Maybe you're wrong.
Maybe you're wrong.
Oh, you're right. Maybe there's a right order for these. Let's see if we could change them around. Alright, see this? Life breeds life. Oh no!
Violence breeds violence.
Huh?
But in
Well,
the end,
that's-
it has to be this way.
I had a dream. Played college football, you know?
At some cushy Ivy League school, right?
Try University of Texas.
What the?
What should we do? Maybe there's something we need to follow here.
Are there any clues lying around?
Do 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 do. Boo,
The
do. Oh,
monitor
there
on the thing
was a
looking-
monitor. You're right.
Yeah. Huh.
What are these symbols?
5 symbols with 5 colors, all different. It could be a hint. So you go to bird, to fish, to bug, to flower, to human. Does that help?
It could.
Yes.
What's that one item? Nope. Bird, fish. Okay, the bee is stuck, but there's 2 sides. Oh no! So I don't think that
So
helps
it's
with
not
the
right.
order. Maybe it does.
What?
What?
What? I don't
Does it
know.
help? Does it help us with the order?
One of them was stuck.
No.
The
The-
butterfly.
I thought the butterfly was
Butterfly. Yeah.
And that's the
Yeah.
4th one down, but there's 2 on
But-
either side of it.
Yeah, they got the bug in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I see.
So that is
So-
not an order hint.
It's a color hint.
Or we need to just break the butterfly.
I did it with the knife. I could do it with this. Nanomachine, son. Oh. Didn't work. We tried that. But what if the baby's top in line? Oh no!
Good job. What should we do? There's no hint.
Let's search the room some more. There must be one somewhere.
No.
Well, we tried all we
nothing.
could.
Yeah, we looked everywhere.
We've done nothing. It's still. We cut the pig. Are you happy? No.
We did it. We
It's a
slashed the pig.
microscope.
Like, can you like adjust it? Can you click on it a couple times?
No.
Because like, yeah, you can't see. It's too fuzzy. It's too fuzzy.
He's just looking at the cotton from the pillow. It's too fuzzy to see
Too
anything.
fuzzy.
Can't tell what's going on here.
Like right here. That's where it clicked, right? That's where you'd adjust it. No!
Yeah.
You're wrong!
I just want to try.
What's wrong with you?
Ah.
Let's put some
Let's make some
Yeah.
apple cider.
Mmm.
Wouldn't it just make blue?
Cyan, maybe?
Oh.
It's portal colors.
This reminds me of the ice cream shop I work at. I see this color a lot.
The white color sounds good if it's used for ice cream.
Why?
I'm colorblind.
Hold on. Can you use these beakers on the fetuses and the endables and the bubbles?
Oh my goodness, maybe.
Because they had colors on the monitor, but maybe it doesn't matter.
Nah.
Baby middle in the silver spoon. Penguin goes down into his room. Oh.
Sorry,
No.
son, I'm a drunk and I don't have time for you, but we'll get together someday.
Well, let's see what colors we got. We don't have green. We can make green, right? We could make all
That's-
these
ow.
colors.
It looks like yellow to me.
You could
That's
make
not-
brown.
That's green to me.
That's green.
It's puke green.
You need to make pig green.
Let's unmix these so we get the most items.
Yeah.
And then we unmix orange to get most items. Wah. Wah. Okay. We have a microscope that we can't use the liquids on. It's like if we could pour it in, that'd be great. Oh.
Hey.
Oh, that's 3. Red is 3.
Cells in red
Maybe.
liquid are 3.
Blue is 2. There you go. That's how we do it. White is 1. Yellow is 5. There we go. Now we know how to do it. Took us a sec. We didn't realize things were actually changing. Alright, so yellow is the bird, and he goes last. Human blue is 2, red was 3, right?
Yeah.
Sounds right, yeah.
Bird was last.
Human is blue is 2.
And red was,
3.
which is,
I think the root was
Yeah.
the red.
seems good to me. Oh my goodness!
How about that Simon Says looking thing? Can you like put those
Bug
colors?
is
Oh
white.
yeah.
They could be like you push the button of that color that many times.
Okay, let's try it. Alright, so white was 1. And
Blue
then
is 2.
red is
Yeah.
3.
And yellow's 5.
Yay!
Hooray!
You're so smart. Yay, I'm unlocked.
Good job. It's pretty amazing for a kid your age.
Thanks.
Thanks. Oh, I won't lose next time.
What?
What's this box?
Huh. Transparent specimens. I think we could fit all of these in the box.
Let's find out.
Oh.
Kaboom!
Sploosh. Can I rotate them? Oh, good. I played, Oh, wait, do we have to match X's up?
Possibly.
Maybe.
And this is a possible. Oh, no!
I think you can rotate them. Can you just like double click on it or something? Never mind. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought.
I played enough Resident Evil 4. This is baby.
This is baby mode.
I think we do need to cover them.
There's also the question mark up there, just like, what's this puzzle about, man?
I know how to press it with my baby controller.
Check this out.
Thank you. Complete the puzzle. Specimens are very important to scientists and researchers. Each random X matches up with the blue one. Can you solve them? Ah!
While making sure.
And you can't
what?
rotate them.
Never mind then. Sorry.
How do I rotate them?
Press a different button while you're on it.
Oh. Boop.
They just aren't fitting right.
They just need help fitting in.
Can one of you try rotating? What? What'd you do?
I just left click.
I am left. I got an A button. All right, well, you guys gotta solve it then, because I can't.
We need your help to solve it.
Okay, kids.
It's like this one is.
Ooh, that
most
covers some
restrictive.
X's, yeah.
This
Ooh,
should
that
be
covers an
something
X.
This one.
And
is.
it has to fit in. No.
I'm testing my
Oh,
possibilities.
right there.
man.
The one on the right.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
I see
on the very right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There
that's
you
like the only
go.
place it can fit. So.
Yeah, that helps, right?
Yeah, it do. I
Do
think
biggest
it's
to
a good
largest. It's the only way.
idea. Ugh.
Hey, that looks pretty good.
Yeah, I like that.
That's a healthy fit.
That's not large. Do the large one.
Oh yeah, well, how about that then, Mr. I hate small things.
Yeah, you did it, Pop Pop. Put the tools in the chest, Pop Pop. Put your tools in the chest, Pop Pop, please. Thank you, Pop Pop. Thank you, Pop Pop. You put my tools in my drink. Pop Pop. Pop Pop. How could you put? Oh, thank you, Pop Pop.
Give up.
Capsules. What do we need these for? Are we supposed to take them?
I don't really like capsule pills. They have to be cherry flavored.
Eric, you aren't still taking children's cough syrup, are you?
Alcohol's
I will
illegal.
admit to nothing.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. These capsules, he's not telling us what we have to take them. Is he?
Maybe if we mix them with something, they'll give us a clue.
These are pills I wouldn't want to take.
But also, they're just making numbers.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Red is 2.
No,
What?
red is 5.
Not even. How can you tell?
Red is 8.
Or maybe these like possible positions if you line them up left to right. Like,
No, the default
Yeah.
is fine. Because
What?
there's the 3. Do you think the blue is an E? No, it's a 3.
it could be.
Oh, you're actually looking at the patterns. I see.
they're making a thing.
Oh, I see what you
Five.
were doing now. Yeah.
I was like, let's count the actual capsules and the ones missing in place as a hint or something. I don't know.
No, yeah, just like the default view. It's just 5,
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, 1, 2. All right, so now we have the right numbers for the right thing.
But what about the gold file?
What about it?
Oh no.
Let's see,
Bird
red
first.
bug is, or yeah, tree is last. Person
Bird,
is
fish,
3.
baby tree.
Birdfish baby tree. I got it.
Yeah.
One-eyed, one-horned, birdfish, baby tree.
Birdfish, baby tree.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're so smart.
Oh, now I see. That's how it goes. I'm glad you're here.
Always nothing.
I knew it too, of course. I noticed way before. Hey, don't ignore me.
Such a simpleton.
Some kind of machine came out.
A fingerprint authentication device. Do we have to prove our identities now?
What if the exit opens if we do it? Let's just try it out.
I'm
Oh,
not
yeah.
guilty of identity fraud. Ow, that hurt. What the? I thought it just wanted a fingerprint.
What is this?
Was this some sort of trap?
Doodle dip, I'm bleeding. That hurt.
Huh? What's that sound?
Maybe that means we passed the authentication?
Blood sacrifice accepted.
Huh?
Simp detected. Hey, look over there. The light by the sink turned on. And now you gotta wash the blood off your hands.
Yeah. The green light turned on. It must mean there's power.
Did anything change?
Well, let's see. This thing, it can move?
We must combine the pig.
We must combine the pig with Eric's DNA.
You wanted a
There.
son, right?
There are caster wheels on it, but...
Seems like it's locked in place. We'll need to unlock them if we want to move it.
Why don't we just put this one to its side?
What? It's stuck again. I think I heard a click when it stopped.
Look, now the light on the equipment over there turned on. What?
So that means that one can be moved too?
Yeah,
Oh.
let's move it.
You solved my
Okay.
puzzle!
I did it.
But
I
what?
hate-
Now the light's red. Did I do something wrong?
Well, watch out! Get out from there!
Oh! Here we go. This thing's heavy. And the smell is disgusting.
Quit whining and move it. Didn't you want to prove you were a man?
Yes, my queen.
You could do it, Eric. Eat the pig. Just eat it
Or
raw.
else you're not a man.
Right there. Start from the butt. It's the best part. It's kind of hard to cut when you're holding it, huh?
It's pretty heavy, so I don't think we can. Let's just drop it on the floor.
Okay. Oh, what was that?
Oh, he's got bruises.
Yikes. Well, we lost the
rolling around
knife,
in
so
the
we
mud.
can't even cut it.
No,
Let's put them in the microwave them. Let's microwave the
Microwave
pig.
the pig.
Yeah!
I don't want to.
Come on.
I don't want to. Oh.
Well, I think there was a drawer on that, like, left
drawer?
thing. Yeah.
Oh
A druid.
Oh.
That works.
So the pig is in place now, but how do we cut it open?
Thanks to someone, the knife's broken. I moved the thing, so I'm not touching it again.
Would you just chill, Eric? Let's just look for something to replace the knife.
How about your
Like your
stare? What?
Nothing. No, your idea's good.
I want that.
Here's a drawer. Maybe something's in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
There's a drawer here. I was listening.
This is a scalpel.
We can probably use it to kill Eric. Let's take it with us.
This is a scalpel. And this is to go even further beyond.
This is a medical scalpel. It's very sharp.
It's used mostly for dissections, right?
Oh, just the idea is making me sick.
I don't know if this is gonna work, Eric, okay?
That's it. We'll be fine. You just have to go.
The pig's all set, and I have the scalpel. But where do I start cutting?
Oh, for crying out. Here, give me the scalpel. There's a trick to it.
How do people not know this?
Oh, wow, so clean. Does your family own a farm, Mira?
Something like that. Now let's see what's inside this thing.
See if we didn't know.
Yeah.
Oh, we did it. That was easy.
We found it inside
We
the pig.
opened the pig.
An unfortunate creature.
Eric.
Zero.
It's talking.
Her chest carved open with a sharp object. Just like that pig there. What difference? That woman was alive. Her heart was still beating as the organ was cruelly carved out of her.
I don't see where you're going with
The male
this.
suspect was
I don't get it.
He must have planned to escape via taxi, as he called one before his capture. The police arrested him before he was able to utilize the waiting vehicle to flee the scene. Instead, a genius surgeon climbed inside. He was heading to the hospital, a seriously ill patient awaiting his arrival for life-saving treatment. However, the taxi got into an accident before reaching its destination. It collided with a large truck. The resulting wreck was horrendous. Sadly, as a result of this accident, the driver and surgeon died, as well as the young boy waiting for surgery. Life is truly unfair.
Anyway, I'm just saying it's all her fault.
What is the point of him telling us this story?
It's just some kind of act, right? Probably doesn't mean anything.
I'm not sure.
Now then, let's begin our game, shall we? The rules are as follows. The pig's stomach you cut open contained 3 syringes. Each of them is filled with a specific virus called Radical 6.
Radical 6.
This virus is special. It awakens a desire to kill oneself, among other things. Once infected, symptoms appear as early as 10 minutes, or take up to 2 hours. And the host soon finds the urge to commit suicide irresistible. The mortality rate is 75%. Transmitted through liquids, it's highly contagious. Oh yes, I believe you located a set of documents during your search of this room. A set of files on FBR, the Fanatic Bio-R virus. The mortality rate of this virus is 100%. Infection results in blood erupting from your body, then death. An antagonistic relationship exists between Radical 6 and FBR. If you were to be infected by Radical 6, it would be cancelled out with the addition of FBR, and you are unaffected.
Oh.
Conversely, injecting Radical 6 into you after becoming infected with FBR will cause them to destroy each other and leave no adverse effects on you.
Wow.
So a single virus is toxic, but using the other as a vaccination provides an antidote.
Now, here's an important piece of information for you. I am what you'd call a clairvoyant, one who knows the future.
What is he talking about?
Caught-a.
If I had
You got me.
Da-da-da-da-da.
I would have made sure to coat FBR on the fingerprint authentication device for you. Meaning, you'd already be infected with the Fanatic BioR virus.
That device over there?
Oh, I do remember feeling something when I touched it. Like a prick.
So we were all stabbed by a poison needle?
No, I mean you, Eric.
You were the only one who did it.
Were not going to inject yourselves with radical sex, then I would be sure to leave the needle clean. That way, you would not become infected with Fanatic BioR.
Wait, what? What are you saying?
I'll say it once more. If all of you plan to inject yourselves with radical sex, you already have FBR. If you are not going to inject yourselves, then you are not infected right now. Which means, in either case, you being saved is a foregone conclusion. There's no reason for you to worry about the situation. What will you do now?
What?
Inject yourselves with radical sex, or refrain. It would be best to consider carefully. I will say that your decision is already known to me.
Spoilers.
Okay, Game Master.
Goodbye, Eric.
So wait, do we even need to choose?
Huh?
If what Zero told us is the truth, then the outcome will be the same. If we inject ourselves with this Radical 6, we're already infected with FBR. So they destroy each other and we're fine. And if we don't do it, that just means we weren't infected with FBR in the first place.
But what if it's a lie?
Huh?
He's saying, what if he's lying about being psychic? Well, if you think about it, the likelihood that he's lying is incredibly high.
So then, what do we do? What the hell do we do?
I can't even drink it, so. Oh wait, it's an injection. Whatever. I can't even inject it. My
No,
head is
you-
enclosed.
You couldn't drink it.
Mm.
Very good.
Well, I want to get like super speed or whatever, so let's do it.
Yeah, we can be like speedrunners.
Too bad we're
jump
not on the
real high.
moon.
Yeah.
Or are we?
If you think you're on the moon, you
Let's
aren't.
do it.
But vice versa.
Why?
Care to share your reason?
After
Let's just say the
everything,
cat
the
is
issue
either dead or
isn't if
alive
Zero could see
until
the
you
future
open the
or if
box.
he's lying. It's just like Eric said. If Zero does have that power, then it's the same either way. That means all we need to do is think about what happens if he doesn't. Our fate can go 4 different ways if that's the situation. If we are infected with FBR and we inject ourselves with Radical 6, or not. If we aren't infected with FBR and we inject ourselves with Radical 6, or not. The important thing we need to remember, though, is the mortality rates. Zero said the casualty rate is 75% for the Radical 6 virus. And we saw in the files that death is 100% confirmed for Fanatic BioR. So we can use that to determine.
Math.
Yeah, didn't you just do the math, man?
Clear which option is best,
Oh.
right?
Where
I
did we
see.
get the pen and the
The
paper?
probability that we're infected
I like that
with
he had to make
FBR
a
is
chart
2
to explain
1.
it.
If we inject Radical
truth is
6,
with the Radical
our
6
survival rate is
samples.
half of 125.
Eric's like,
62.5%.
oh, picture. Now I get
If we
it.
don't inject it, then our chance is sitting at 50%.
Any objections?
Math.
Then we know what to do.
Gotta drink this injection.
Okay, here we go. Ready? And...
Wait, what?
Hey. I'm not sure if that works.
It won't go in. I told you guys. Can't do it.
Just kidding. You've been injected with more FBR.
Did we do the right thing?
The lab door opened afterwards, so we must have.
Do you feel any different?
No, not really.
So, I guess.
Hey, Eric. Whoa! I've thought this before, but, well, your laugh is kind of strange.
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess this is, well, sort of a bad habit I've had since I was a kid.
Laughing?
What do you mean?
I used to
Which is at
have
home, I guess.
fun, as they called it.
Was your family difficult?
That's just it. We were completely normal. A kind mom, a clumsy dad, and an annoying little brother.
Like me, I am the annoying brother.
Ooh, that explains a lot.
Oh, dear. What's wrong?
I'm not sure. They've just been crying.
Hey, you two. Mind telling Mommy why you're crying?
Chris broke my toy!
No! It was your fault, Eric!
Chris, Eric, listen to me, okay?
You're both grounded.
Painful
No toys for anyone.
things happen. People get angry
Good
or
thinking,
cry
honey.
because of it.
I knew I married you, the right woman.
I want you to never forget to smile. Smile? Yes, smile.
No, not like that,
No
Eric.
matter how painful things get.
Eric, close your mouth,
As long as
please.
you can face it with a smile, happiness will come to you. Smiles have a strange power.
Really?
Yes, really. And that's not all. A smile can make everyone all around you happy too.
You too, Mommy? You'll be happy too?
Of course. So why don't you two stop fighting and show Mommy your smile?
Okay.
Yeah!
You sure are something else. Hey, what about me? Can Daddy get some smiles too?
No.
Oh dear, it looks like
No.
Daddy's lonely, you two. Let's all give him a whole lot of smiles.
Okay.
Get over here for a hug. Oh, you've gotten big.
Me too. Me too.
Okay, okay. Come at me. I'm ready.
Yay!
Come at me, beast!
And that's how I killed my dad.
I just realized Eric lives
Mom
at
always
home
told us
because
to
that same table was
forget
in
to
the
smile.
ending with where he
Yeah.
gets
She never
murdered.
hurt a bug.
So he just brought him to his
Not even
parents'
if a
house.
line of ants crossed her path. She was that kind and gentle. She was incredible. And when we lost her, that's when Dad changed.
I don't want to pick you up anymore. Ah!
Smiling at your e-girls isn't gonna make them happy.
Shut the hell up! Who said you could fucking cry?
He threw him through the window.
Oh, Jesus, Eric! Can't you even look
I
after
wish
your
I
shitty
killed him when I
little
tackled
brother?
him that day.
Sorry! I'm sorry! Forgive me!
Yeah, they're really just showing us this. Letting us, well, listen to it.
Hey,
Just
go
hearing
find
the
someone to give me
them
beer.
beating them.
Yeah.
Oh.
Don't cry. Don't get mad. You better always smile, was what Dad liked to say. But unlike Mom, he was never not angry with us. Eventually, I figured out how to smile, regardless of what was going on. Just smiling day in and day out. No fun. Not happy.
Until he came to the
I'd
ice
be
cream
made
shop
fun
and
of
beat me up
or
there
yelled
too.
at. And no matter the pain, no
Why
matter
you
how
smiling,
bad it
boy?
was, I never raised my voice. I just kept
Why you like
smiling.
strawberries so much, you puss?
I didn't stop. Even after Dad
I
fell
said
ill and
toe
died.
scopes.
Why don't you play college ball like your younger
Just the two
brother?
Smiles. One taught by my mom, and one forced by my dad. Got kind of mixed up, and the result is what I pasted on my face.
Eric, she's...
I've never talked to anyone about all of this before, but... Mira, will you still love me? Even with me being like this?
How dumb can you get?
Hell no.
No.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't even have to ask, did I?
Eric,
She never
thanks
said yes.
for sharing that.
It wasn't like I did it for you or anything. It just sort of came out, that's all.
Yeah. Still, thanks.
To tell the truth, I just didn't want to end up like my father. So I forced my mouth to keep smiling through everything. But it's no use.
Take
The worst part
this.
of me still came to the front after we got trapped here. I pushed all of that on you, too.
Don't worry about it. I'm alright.
Okay.
So, you never mentioned you had a younger brother.
Yeah. About your age, more or less.
What? We're the same age? Oh, maybe we could be friends. Would it be okay if I met him after we get out?
Well... anyway, sorry I turned the mood dark.
You turn the mood. Oh, your jokes always crack me up, Eric.
Huh?
I mean, to think that was dark. You really have a sense for these things.
Pathetic.
Don't worry, listening to it was a lot of fun.
Wait a minute. What makes you think that was all a joke?
Uh-huh.
It was such a sad story. He just told us he's been holding in this painful past the whole time. How is that a joke?
Oh, I just didn't think to make a mistake like that.
A mistake?
I'm so sorry. I've always been clumsy. It's at times like these that I don't even know how to look, you know?
Clumsy?
Hey, Eric. Can you tell me?
She touching me.
Mira?
Oh, wait a sec.
Come, open your heart. Ah! Why is the dog just standing there?
What? No. Mira? Why did you...
I slipped.
You never asked me about my laugh.
What's wrong with you, Mira?
That's not a
Stop.
dark joke or
Stop
something.
this.
Don't you wonder why I'm smiling?
Use your
Yeah,
helmet.
You can murder a kid.
Oh, yeah, she did.
Wow.
Oh, no, the heart.
No.
You were supposed to avoid that so you could, you know, do whatever it is you do with it.
I guess she didn't really love him.
Oh.
It's okay, as the middle of the chest. She just started carving already, see? Anyway,
Must
yeah,
be
so-
Radical 6. Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
Boo.
You've got Radical 6 and it's making me want to kill you.
What?
Yeah, baby. Wait.
So that happens like right away then.
Yeah.
Oh.
But wait, what's this? Oh, this is D team.
Aw.
Yeah,
Oh.
that leads to
Oh.
the bomb somehow.
And then
Yeah,
we
this is
wait,
the little
what?
timeline where Team A got executed.
Oh, I see. And it continues on another team. They share routes. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Why?
Father.
Well, let's do the good thing and not inject.
And then explode.
70
I hope we do. I hope we get all like.
Oh man.
Time to decide. I won't do it.
Did you check the math?
To die.
Math is math. We're dealing with psychics here. It doesn't matter.
Maybe we shouldn't.
Yeah, right?
Care to share your reason?
After everything, the issue isn't if Zero can see the future or if he's lying. It's just like Eric said, if Zero does have that power, then it's the same either way. That means all we need to do is think about what happens if he doesn't have powers. The important thing to determine is if we're actually infected with FBR.
So you don't think we are then?
Nope. In fact, a virus called Fanatic Bio R existing in the first place is very suspicious.
Radical 6 sounds just as fantastical.
No. There's no doubt that Radical 6 is real.
Stupid.
I've heard
Yeah.
it before.
Just now.
Well, it could be that Zero wants us to become infected with Radical 6. But instead of doing it himself, for some reason he's unable to.
So he needs us to do it ourselves then.
Hey, what the?
The door!
It opened.
Let's get out of here! If we're too slow, then the door might up and close on us.
Wait, Eric!
No.
Yeah.
Little handfuls.
Hmm.
What if I just took all these and injected some people?
Hey, Mira! What are you doing?
Anyway, Mira's not evil. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Just
Good.
saying, she's killed the most people so far.
You don't even know the half of it.
What? No, did you see Akane with that chainsaw?
Yeah.
She was just stressed, okay?
We must have been right not to inject it. I still feel okay, and more importantly, the door opened for us.
There's still another possibility, you know. That Zero really does have the ability to see the future.
If it's true, then we would have been right if we had injected the needles too.
Hey, did you tell the truth earlier?
About what?
About Radical 6 being real.
Oh, yeah.
How do you know about it?
Well, I'm not sure.
Could you get any more suspicious?
I know what I know, okay? I can't help that.
I just remember
So why
breaking
not
my older
share?
brother's toy.
Tell us more about this Radical 6 virus.
More. I'm not even sure where to start.
How about its name?
Oh, that's easy. Aside from triggering intense suicidal impulses, Radical 6 causes the infected's thought process to reduce by 1√6. Therefore, when 1 second passes for them, the world has gone through √6 seconds,
My hands are
or
cold.
roughly 2.45 seconds. There is also the word radical. Aside from meaning things like extreme, it can also refer to a radical root. Get it?
Oh, so that's why it's Radical 6.
But is it really possible for thought speed to be slowed down like that?
Yours is.
Yep. The infected, through changes in DNA methylation and histomodification, gain epigenetic mutations in the control mechanisms of their genetic expressions.
Wait! Could you maybe simplify that, please?
Oh, the body's composition changes as a genetic switch is flipped, more or less.
A genetic...
Switch?
Let's try this. A common scientific thought until now was that parental characteristics didn't transfer. Recent research has changed that. We now know that they can be by flipping certain genetic switches. Well, regardless of what kind of experiences the parents had to go through, their DNA blueprints won't change. But within that expansive DNA coding, the question of what should be read seems to change based on experience. The change becomes especially apparent when the parents' lives are in danger.
Like maybe if someone was trapped in a shelter and forced to risk their life.
So, if Eric and I did the horizontal tango right now, the baby might end up psychic.
What?
Anyway, so if Radical 6 really does flip
not
the
how that
genetic
works. Well, they...
switch... Hey, are you listening?
Yeah. So you're basically saying this Radical 6 virus is super dangerous, right?
Yes, there's no doubt it is. So Zero said earlier that Radical 6 transmits through bodily fluids and is highly infectious. If someone infected with the virus was to go outside, then mankind, 6 billion people, will die.
6 billion?
You pulled that number out your butt.
There's no way there's 6 billion people.
Stupid, there's just the 9 of us.
I went to the grocery store and I only saw like 30.
Akane, Junpei. These 3 are now deceased.
Yeesh.
As a result, 3 X-passes will be revealed. Fire, Crash, 5.
Crash.
That's all.
Whoa, whoa. Crash 5?
Crash.
Fire
Whoa.
crash. Whoa!
What the hell? C-Team is dead?
It's obviously because of the vote
The vote?
at 13:30.
Then... But wait. Did everyone from C-Team really die?
Hi.
We haven't seen their corpses or anything. They might still be alive.
No, they're dead. I'm sure of it.
Why?
Because
He's right.
Because.
I don't think they're alive.
You
Because
too, Mira?
why?
Because. Leave me alone.
Because we saw a cutscene earlier.
What do you think, old man? C-Team's gotta be alive, right?
Nope.
What are you doing, Eric? He's not gonna answer you.
Hey, you don't know. Maybe he...
can speak?
The dog cannot speak.
Now it is time for you to sleep.
Zero.
When next you wake, know you will have no memory of these past 90 minutes. Pleasant dreams.
What if the dog was just lying on its side?
Oh.
Just like, oh, it must be bedtime.
Okay. It'd be cute. We completed it. Whatever that means.
You did all the little branches you can in that section.
Oh.
Yay!
Yeah. And that leads to that, and there's an exclamation, and I think you can continue that now?
Supposedly.
Supposedly.
What happened? Oh, yeah.
Well, everyone was dead.
Oops!
I think Sigma put on a suit to go stop the bomb.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Abby?
Oh.
Ah.
Oh.
I'm fine, guys.
Sigma, hang on!
He'll be fine.
It's fine.
I can't pull this glass out.
We need to get him medical attention.
It's true. I didn't even think about that, though.
Fine, why are you concerned? You already know what
I'll
happens.
go check the other room.
What if he dies if I didn't take care of him? He only survived because I cared for him.
Well, then we'll just jump back. I don't know.
It's okay. The shower's stopped, and the door's gone.
Heyo.
We're getting out of here. Come on.
And I found this toilet paper tube that I could talk through.
Please, no!
Uh-oh.
Damn it.
Why?
Hubba hubba.
Uh-oh. They did have the special virus. Oh, dang it.
This child.
I was hoping, like, blood would spew out of the eye holes.
Why? Such a small child.
I thought he explained that the explosion going off would actually kill Q-Team. And that's why Sigma went to stop it.
Oh. and it didn't work.
So like, yeah, I don't think they're infected,
Hey.
but
Oh,
Are you all right?
I thought that would it's the same timeline, so they would.
Fi,
that's a good point, though. Yeah.
where are the others? I see. They're all dead.
You already know that though.
I'll be joining them soon. Zero told us. It was you, wasn't it? You set the bomb. That's okay. You deserve something nice in return.
My heart. Oh.
Here you go, free Radical 6.
What? What did you just inject me with?
Maybe you've heard of it. That virus. Radical 6.
Oh no!
Oh no!
If someone infected with the virus was to go outside, then mankind, 6 billion people, will die.
What? Did you...
Well,
Yeah, she did kill a lot of people. You're right.
like it. My present to you.
My body count is about to skyrocket, baby.
Bye, wait!
GG, no re. What?
She just punched the wall open.
What?
The
No.
path behind them collapsed, I think.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Who knew this would happen? My body like this. Phi injected with Radical 6. Everything points to a single truth.
Just bad timeline.
What truth?
Maybe.
It seems this history is the one that connects to that future. Well, I guess for Phi, it would be the past. Diana, you must not use this lift.
What are you saying? We need to get you to a hospital as soon as possible, or...
Don't worry about me.
No, the two of you need to get out of here. I'm the only one who should stay.
There's no point. A rescue team will eventually show up if Diana and I get to the surface. And you know, they'll come down and get you too.
Then, kill me. Kill me and burn my remains, now!
I would, but I don't have any hands.
There's no other way. That's the only way to keep the virus from spreading.
Ew.
Come on, hurry. 6 billion lives are on the line.
Don't let Mira win. Kill me.
There's no way I can't do that.
What? Oh, she did it. Good job.
No, she just tased her.
Keep going.
Diana, you know what you're doing, right?
Yes, I do. I'm going to save you and Phi.
Uh-oh.
Oh, and the kid. But he's dead.
His body. Yeah.
Ah. It'll be important later. You'll see.
Yeah.
We'll need that helmet to something.
Yeah.
Oh, he brought all the bodies. Okay.
What's going on? This is Control. I repeat, this is Control. Please come in. I'm asking you to respond.
This is Diana.
Oh, thank God. You really had me worried there. What happened?
6 of us are dead.
And next, the other 6
Counting myself, there are only 3 left.
billion.
How? Why are...
They were killed.
What?
I guess you could say I killed them. No. No, that's not quite right. Not just them. Not just these 6. All of them. All 6 billion. Soon, I will have killed 6 billion people.
Are you there? Respond!
That's a good callback.
She said the thing.
She said the line.
I suppose this was meant to be. Let's put our hope in the next Sigma.
We screwed up.
Me will return here from the future.
You're talking to him.
The moon's red again.
Oh.
We got a good ending, right?
I like it.
You like it?
Hooray!
It's a pretty good ending.
Yeah.
Now we gotta play the second game again.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's continuity.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Well, they said the line. I guess that makes sense.
That would be funny as a punishment. Every time you fail, you have to play the second game again.
Oh man, I already know Dio is the bad guy. Come on, just let me stop him.
Sigma's just there like, oh, I hope he makes the jump, okay? I don't want to go through this again.
Well, that's neat. And then we finished one branch. Only like 8 more to go, right?
Wrong.
Huh?
We've finished 2. It's like 6 more to go.
We've finished another branch?
This is legit an end to one of the endings on the save screen anyway, you know.
Oh, you're right. I forgot about those. Yeah. But one of those is a cop-out, so it doesn't count.
Sorry.
Doesn't count.
Sorry.
Ari. Dead.
Dead end.
Dead one.
Dead end.
All right. All sections complete. Let's.
Oh, wait, we have 3 out of 6.
Or do we?
Unless.
Maybe.
Uh-oh. It's the virus end.
You got the Virtue's Last Reward ending.
We were supposed to get that. We screwed up bad, didn't we?
Oh.
Oopsie poopsie.
We got the Zora Sapphire.
I'm supposed to do that.
Yeah. He gets it. I get it. Oh, yeah. You'll learn when you're older.
Ah.